Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not day 24 of Nickelodeon month. We are getting close to the end here. Yay. And we are on the Nickelodeon original movie from 2015, Splitting Atom, which stars Jace Norman, star of Henry Danger, where he plays the title character, sort of Kid Danger, Henry Hard, aka Kid Danger. And this is sort of a Nickelodeon affair because we also have Jack, Jack, Jack. Uh, Jack Griffo from the Thundermans playing Vance Handsome in this. And then Isabella Moner, as she was known then, now Merced, how you pronounce it, who was at the time in the show 100 Things to Do Before High School. It was sort of like a female-led version of Ned's Declassified, sort of, I think. I don't think I've ever really said I don't watch any of that, but, you know. And Tony Cavallero, who plays Adam's uncle, Magic Mitch, who would go on to be in a Nickelodeon show, Nickelodeon version of School of Rock. Yeah. So, yes, of course, Isabella Moner will go on to be in the Legends of the Hidden Temple movie, which will be my next one I'm doing. But, yes. So, the story is that Adam is this kid who has a crush on this girl, and he doesn't think he can get her, and he happens to come into possession of this tanning bed that when looking for his sister while playing hide and seek, he accidentally falls into it, or she pushes him into it, and it creates a clone. He then realizes he can use these clones. Each time he clones himself, the clone takes a different personality. So as long as he's thinking of that personality when he goes in, it creates. Then with that personality is the prominent personality. So, yeah. And he tries to impress her while also trying to further his career job is working at this water park. And yeah, so we start off with, it's been done to death in kids' movies where, the parents are going out of town, so all this stuff is going to happen about the parents there. And then they have like a parental figure in Magic Mitch, who's my favorite character in the movie, by the way, played by Tony Cavallero, as I said. He's fantastic. He's magical. Magic Mitch. The kid's uncles, and then Jillian, I think the sister, kind of hangs around him. And so one of his friends pretends to play hide and seek with the sister, who is still hiding, and so when they start looking for her, Adam is knocked into the tanning bed that Magic Mitch brings with him. He's trying to get a tan, but he's knocked into the tanning bed, and he creates a clone. The first one, which is called Responsible, named Responsible, because he was worried about his sister at the time, about being responsible for looking after his sister, and so he created a responsible clone. His friend Danny decides, because they start by showing that Adam has a bajillion jobs. He's a dog walker, he's a paper boy, he trims lawns, all that stuff. He does all that stuff. Plus, he works at the water park, so he's a busy person. So he has responsible there to help him for now. But while he is gone working his job, I think, Danny creates a clone from the clone, resulting in what is called Winston, who is sort of a caveman version. Oh, he doesn't speak English. He goes, that's basically what he I don't know. And that's how they learned it. You can't clone a clone because it messes it up. So, yes. But he decides he wants to be, he realizes that he has to, uh, that when he fell in, that he was trying to be responsible, so this is how they got responsible. And so when he goes in this time to create a clone, he wants to be sensitive for Laurie. So they create Sensitive, who has a little ponytail. And, yeah. Meanwhile, Vance Handsome, played by Jack Griffo, is sort of the antagonist. Not the villain. The villain ends up being one of the clones, but he's sort of the antagonist. The kind of guy that Adam wants to overcome. And I feel like there's wasted opportunity in him in the end. We'll get to that, but he's basically the popular guy. And he has designs on Laurie too, but not really, as it doesn't goes that far. Like, he hangs out with her, but it's not like he wants to date her or anything. It's really, I don't know. He just wants to be better than everyone else. He's got a band, I guess. And it's really weird how they're even in the same age range, because I think Jason Norman was like 15 at this point, and Jack Griffo was in his early 20s, but I bet he's playing like 17, 18 at this point. I don't know. And he's a Nickelodeon star, so they had to have him on there. So, it works. But if they're going to have a 25-year-old play a bully for a high school with real teenagers as actors and Henry Danger, Mitch Bilski I'm talking about, I guess it works. But, yes. The sensitive thing doesn't work out because he accidentally gives her food poisoning. She finds the poems. They decide they need someone who's more of a party person, so they create Party Guy. And he likes to wear a lampshade on his head. And he causes a lot of fun and problems and stuff. But it's not working. These other clones, it's not working. So he decides, quite wrongly, that if he wants to be perfect, he just has to create that. So he creates Perfect, which causes the problems. Because Perfect, unlike any of the other clones, also has designs on Laurie, which is weird. And later they even say Laurie is our weakness. But none of the other clones have even shown any designs for Laurie other than Perfect. So, I don't know. But he's perfect. He's got perfect hair. He wears shades. But he's more like cool, but he's perfect. And he's got like fake abs underneath there. I don't know, it's really weird. But, yeah. He ends up usurping Vance as lifeguard, saving this person. And it's really weird because he goes in there and he's looking at Vance. He's like, "That's my chair." He's like, "No chance." And then someone actually almost drowns just randomly, and Perfect saves him. And it's like, wait, what if someone didn't accidentally drown at that point? But that big coincidence there, and they didn't hire this person, this happened. And I did mention he has two best friends, Sheldon and Danny. And so at this point, it becomes clear that Perfect is going to be the actual villain of this. You see Vance is the antagonist, but Perfect is actually the villain. You can tell from the way he's acting that something, he wants Laurie for himself. And, he acts all cool and takes him back. And then they're like, when they're setting up Adam Prime, to go in there, he's like, "I don't think he's ready. I think you should send me in there. He's going to ruin it." That whole sort of thing. Like, he's going to ruin it for Laurie and me. We. He fixes himself. And, yeah, and there's this little date thing, and he takes her to the park, which these guys have to go to the park after hours. Like, if I wouldn't want to go anywhere that I'm working after hours, man. When I'm not working. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm working somewhere, I'm not, like, let's just take a movie theater, I guess. I'll go there. But, so Vance is set for his band to play, But then Perfect interjects. Adam goes to meet up with Lori for the little lifeguard meeting thing. And even though Perfect suggests that he and the rest of the clones take care of Vance, Adam says no. Adam Prime says no, but of course he doesn't listen. He takes them all there. And I have a hard time believing that the others would just go along with it. Maybe Winston and Party, but not sensitive and responsible. It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, you could tell that maybe Responsible is feeling a little guilt at this point, but I don't know. But actually, I think Responsible stays behind. Responsible stays behind with his sister. It's sensitive and I'm saying. So it's Perfect, sensitive, Party, and Winston that go in there. Responsible stays behind with the sister, which makes sense because he's responsible. And they basically freak out Vance, so he quits, which causes a problem. And then, but he wasn't with Lori because Lori messages Adam. So, oh no, Adam was with Magic Mitch at his birthday party. That's where he was. He had to help Magic Mitch with the birthday party. And again, he's like, oh, I have to help Magic Mitch. I have to help my Uncle Mitch with his birthday party thing. Why not send one of the clones? Send Responsible or send Sensitive. It had to be the actual one. In order for this whole thing to work with Perfect, it had to be the actual Adam. Which, in the context of the movie where he's creating these clones to do stuff he doesn't want to have to do, it just always doesn't make sense to me. But there has to be a Prime for Perfect to get away with what he does. So Vance is done. He's gone. He's left. He's off the deep end. He's gone. This causes problems because when Lori messages him and say, hey, something's going on, he quit. There is no Vance. But he brings Mitch with him. So Magic Mitch is going to perform at the big show that they're doing. So, yes, and it's a fundraiser thing. So Magic Mitch is going to perform at the fundraiser, the little sister, and they're going to use the clones as part of a magic trick. Meanwhile, Responsible is cleaning the place up, and he and the sister are cleaning the tanning bed when he sees the logo on it and realizes that something is off. And then when he tells everyone when the others get back, is I need to show you something, it cuts, and then Adam doesn't want Lori to find out about the clones, but he just brings her right into the house. What if they were all sitting right there? Because he's freaking out when the clones are around every corner, and yet, like, they were just sitting on the couch watching TV, and they walked in. I don't know, but, and he's going to different rooms and finding the other clones, and eventually they all wake up and she finds them. And this is when Responsible shows him that the tanning bed is a clone machine, and some professor created it to create the clones. We see before this that he has a rash, which is what sets up for this. It shouldn't be used on humans because it causes them to fatigue, and eventually they expire. They die. And then the clones will follow suit soon after. 8 hours after they first get the symptoms. So it's been a few days when they start to get the symptoms. 8 hours later, he will die. I just want to say that between this point when he finds out and the end of the movie, take the end of the movie and where he first noticed the rash, I think it's more than 8 hours, but it's a movie. I'll give it a leeway for that. It's a movie. I'm just saying. The sun is setting by the time this movie's over, and so they have to use this vortex agitator, whatever it's called. This power source basically, put it in backwards, and then they have to, for some reason, just so they have to use a water slide because that's where the thing is. They have to go at least 37 miles per hour going into this thing. And then they show that Perfect destroyed the tanning bed and took the agitator, the power source thing, power cell. Okay, but that's just another reason for them to set it up in the water slide. But you already gave them a reason to send it up in the water slide because they need to go at a fast speed to go through there. Also, I don't think water slides can make you go at 37 miles per hour. It's not that fast. I don't think so. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't think they need to destroy it. Just have Perfect take the power source. That's all they would have needed to do. They would already have had to put it on the... I don't know. They would... I mean... Thanks to what Perfect did, Sheldon gets fired. And for some reason, they're both mad at him. I don't know if I missed something. But neither of them should be mad at Adam. It wasn't Adam that did it. It was Perfect. And they show up to help at the end because, of course, friends help. And so they set up this thing. So they're getting it set up. And they do the magic show, which I just realized while watching it now that the original Adam is in. I don't know why I didn't think about it, but yeah. Kirsty's in it. Maybe I realized before, I don't know. And the fundraiser is a success before that because of this. And who we supposed to think is Adam walks up to her and is like, okay, we gotta go. But he's wearing Perfect's clothes. Like the way Perfect would dress. And his hair is just down. You think Perfect would think, hey, I need to dress differently. No. And like I remember the first time I watched him, like that's Perfect. Duh, it's just his hair, and then takes water. He takes one little bit of water, and all of a sudden his hair is all the way stuck. His hair all the way back. And it's like my hair back? I don't think so. But yeah, it's a little obvious. And so now he's got Lori, and they end up coincidentally at the top of I think she actually runs up there is what it is, because Adam tells his sister, because they explain that whatever pain Adam feels or one of the clones feels, the rest of them feel. So he tells his sister to kick him, and she kicks him in the nuts, which makes him fall, and the others. I wish that when she kicked him, it was on a split screen of all of them just going, oh, and falling down, but they don't. They show Adam falling down and then cut to Perfect already on the ground. I don't know, but it works. And then Lori takes the power cell and runs off up to where the water slide is. And then Adam goes to try to help her because she's trying to fight off Perfect, and she gets knocked, and she's hanging there for her life. And it's something I noticed here. So she's hanging for her life. She said she can't hold on any longer. And Adam goes to stop her, but Vance intercepts him and tries to attack him, and then he realizes that the other one, it's him I need to go after. Yeah, him, help me. And then he stops. He's like, I have a thing with heights. So do I, but if someone I knew, considered a friend, needed help, screw heights. You know what I mean? I go up and I'd help, And there is a bit of a problem with Vance we'll get to. I don't think he was on set that day. I don't think he was on set the day they filmed that. I think they filmed him and Jace, because everything they show with Vance from this point is just off to the side going, yeah, it is. So I think maybe they filmed him separately, and maybe he and Jace were on set, and they filmed that, and then everything else was filmed a separate day. That's what it feels like to me, and I mean, that's why he wasn't involved in that, and that's why I had to, he wasn't available. Maybe the original script had him helping, because it seems like something later I will talk about. Seems like it should have been him. But yeah, so Lori is grasping for her life. Slowly slipping. Can't get a grip. When Adam Prime gets up there and he starts fighting off Perfect, and they're going at it. And as soon as he gets up there and starts fighting Perfect, Lori pulls herself back up, and it's like, no, no, no. You were nearly falling off there, and all of a sudden you could pull yourself back up? What the shit is that? I mean, come on. That's bad writing right there. Oh, you just gonna pull yourself back up. No, someone needs to save you. You were yelling for someone to save you, and then you just pull yourself up. Then why couldn't you? I guess Perfect was right there, but come on. I don't know. But she slides down and she gives the power source to him and that to them, to Danny and Sheldon. And so he fights Perfect with a sword battle and stuff, and then eventually wins, tricks him, is like, saves him. He's like, what did you say? I would let you fall. I know. And then lets him go, and then Perfect falls down. There's a rope there. Okay, first, grab the rope. Although it might be dangerous, because if you're falling, you could hurt your hands, but he's going to go dissolve anyway. And then they go like, Adam's about to fall. Adam Prime's about to fall. And I'm like, fall. You saw Lori, right? Slide down. Just stop your feet and get out. Just slide down. It's a what? That'll slide, dude. Just go down and then put your feet up. Maybe you don't have enough the right timing. I don't know. And it's interesting what would happen if Adam did go down. Because when Perfect goes down, he goes through the thing and he goes and he dissolves. So what happens if Adam Prime did that? But he could have just stopped himself and then climbed back up. But he's trying to get back, like he's desperately trying not to fall, and he's saved by one of the atoms. I think it's responsible, saves him, which makes sense. However, I feel like this should have been Vance, and maybe in the original script they scripted it, but he wasn't available to shoot that day because of Thundermans. I don't know, but it should have been Vance. Vance should have conquered his fear of heights and saved him. But no, it's the clone. It's responsible, and then the other clones pull him up, and then you just get Vance going, yeah, way to go, Bakers. And it's like, no, you should have been up there helping them. I don't know. And then he says goodbye to all of them, and they go down. It's who goes first? Sensitive goes first, then Party. No, Sensitive, then Winston. Oh, I do like when Lori finds out about them. She's like, she points at Party, you threw cake in my face. And she points at Sensitive, you gave me food poisoning. And then she points at Winston and goes, you need to do something about that unibrow. And they're like, but yeah, and then when it gets to responsible, he says, Wizard of Oz fan, what he would say. He says, I think I'll miss you most of all. Wizard of Oz reference. There you go. And then he goes down. And and then he walks Lori home, and they have a kiss. And he wakes up the next morning, and it was a dream, right? They make you think it's all a dream. And again, maybe originally it was supposed to be a dream, and they thought, no, people wouldn't like that. I wouldn't have. Because when I first saw this, I'm like, no, don't let it be a dream. He got the girl. Don't do this to him. But no, it wasn't a dream. There was one piece of pizza left. Parents come home. Right? Parents come home, and then Magic Mitch says, I got a tanning bed, but you can have the power cell. And then he's coming back every summer now to do the show at the water park. And then Magic Mitch leaves, and Adam and Lori, they go to the water park on their day off. I don't know. They don't have any other locations to go to, I guess. But this is the end of the movie. We don't see where they're going. We just say, let's go to the movies or something. But they established earlier they go to the party. Then we get to the water park. Then we get a twist that makes no sense. It's revealed that the sister cloned herself. Now, this causes a big problem as to when she did it. Because she must have had to have cloned herself before Perfect destroyed the machine. Right? She had to have. So it means there's been two of them around. There was at a point where they say, "Where's the sister? I need to look for her. She's my good luck charm." And at that point, I think it had already been destroyed. I don't know. There's two of them, but also she should know that that there's problems with the cloning thing. I don't know. It just didn't. It's a nice little twist. I think maybe they were setting up for a sequel that never happened because he gives him the power cell. Says I have the tanning bed because I need to get the golden bronze or whatever, and then show that. Maybe they were setting up a sequel, but never happened. Kind of would have wanted it to, but I don't know. It's TV movie, so there's no rating, but I would say it's pretty good if I did give it a rating. But yeah, I enjoy this. I watched it quite a bit with my son when it was on, when I used to play a lot back in the day, and it was pretty cool to rewatch it again. So yeah, so what are your thoughts on Splitting Atom? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one. I didn't do the hand